This is Dan of 𝗥𝗵𝗲𝗡.
𝗕liche from 𝗕 Adventure.
And you've been asking to see Qiang lately, so here she is. Today we're going to discuss the topic, what age gap is too much in relationships? And so we met in 2016.
Yeah, we met in KL, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, 2016, and we met in Tinder.
Yeah, we met on Tinder. And in case you're wondering what our age gap is, I'm 61 and Qiang's 36. So, yes. In fact, she'll be 36 soon. I don't want to say her exact birthday, but so we're 25 years apart. And I've been traveling the world for 14 years. So I started in 2007, and I met Qiang, as we've said, and she started traveling with me in 2017.
Yeah. So, and if you want to know that how we met and my thing, and just check out the video link in the YouTube description or in the top here.
Yeah, how we met, I have a video on that. And also, if you're curious about Qiang's background, I have a video on that too. They'll both be in the notes below this video. So,
yes.
So we wanted to talk about maybe some of the things that come up in age difference relationships, and then towards the end talk about whether or not, what's too much, if there is such a thing. And so what do you think, Qiang? What age is too big? What are your thoughts on that?
I have no idea about the age. Age for me is it's just a number. Let me tell you a story that when we travel in Portugal, in Porto, if I'm not mistaken.
Portugal, yeah.
Yeah, and then we stay in the hostel with a beautiful the yacht and commons area, and a big kitchen. We have a room with a private bathroom and a little balcony. A
beautiful old building in downtown Porto.
Yeah, it's very beautiful.
Very beautiful.
And then so one day when we were cooking, we met a girl over there, so we chat, and she started to tell her story. When she looked at us, and she
saw our age difference.
Yes, and she said that she met a guy, and he is very mature, about 70 plus.
Yeah, we don't remember his exact age, but it was in the 70s.
Yes, and I guess she is about 30 plus.
Yeah, we don't know her age, but she looked maybe somewhere between 29 and 32.
30. Yeah, she's very young and beautiful. So she told us that she fell in love with a guy, and she just spent like couple weeks with him in the lake around Portugal.
Yeah. The
beautiful romance. So their age difference is 40 years old. So I don't know what is the problem for the age difference. I think the problem is only your mindset and your thinking, and whether you're sharing the same interests and goal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we talked about, similar goals are important. Like Qiang and I both want to travel. We both love the whole concept of discovering new places and what makes each country different, and even parts of one country different from another, and the foods and history. I mean, everything about travel we both are very fascinated by.
Yeah.
As you know, we share it with you on our YouTube channels. And so we have something in common, and it motivates us, and we're pushing in a direction together, and I think that's important in a relationship.
That's very important in a relationship.
Yeah. And then, I don't know, I think you have to be able to respect who you're with.
Yes.
And if you're an older guy or an older woman and you're with someone younger than you that you don't respect for some reason, maybe because their interests seem they're not interesting to you, or there's nothing to talk about, or so I think you have to have similar life interests, and you have to be able to talk. I think communications is really important.
Yeah, it seems like there's some people, they leave their comment in the YouTube. Yeah. That they say that they have a big gap with their girlfriends. Yeah. But they are happy together. They have the same interests. They have same goal. Yeah. They love same animal. Right. They are happy.
Yeah. 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 So that's very important. I think also there's an aspect of peer pressure that you have in your home country, maybe that you don't when you get out and start traveling the world, or when you move to another country away from your home country. There's a peer pressure you're not hearing or getting on a daily basis. Like in the U.S., there are age difference relationships, no doubt about it, but there aren't it seems it's not as accepted in the U.S. People have something to say about it, and so if you're in a culture, if you will, that's not accepting, or your family and friends are giving you a lot of grief about it, that could play a factor if you really care what anyone else thinks. Qiang and I, we don't really care what anyone thinks, so it doesn't really play into our analysis. But.
Yeah, I would say that I'm quite independent and very stubborn. I do what I think is right, and I'm not hurting anyone. And so I take care of myself well, and they see the result.
That's right. Yeah, and I think the other thing is that for me, I think intelligence is probably as or more important to me than age. And Qiang's very bright, and she sees things as quickly or more quickly than I do, and so she's fun to have around. Having someone intelligent that you respect around you, I think, makes a big difference.
I think it's because we have different, different aspect about the thing that we see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we combine both together, because you see thing is more far away, far distant. Not. I mean, you have a long distance.
Yeah, I'm more of a big picture guy.
Yeah.
I'm way off on the horizon. And
yeah, you are way more like fire. Yeah. My one is only 1 month.
Yeah.
You are not in the short one, but I'm good in the short.
Yeah, she's very detail oriented. She's a great planner, and I'm more of a big picture person. Yeah. So we both take the ball and run with what we're good at, rather than jumping into each other's.
But it's still involved in some arguments, fighting, cutting.
Yeah, the knife fights are brutal. Although we try to keep it, so we don't have to go to the hospital. Only 3 or 4 inches deep. But no, so that's true. Qiang's, she's way more detail oriented than me, and so. I just worry about big picture things, and she's more into the details.
That's good, because that is make us together. Yeah.
Yeah, we fit together nice.
We fit together nice.
And I think the other thing is maybe more important than friends so much is whether or not your family is giving you a lot of grief about it.
Yeah.
And I've gotten no grief from my family. I don't think even a question even.
I never tell my family about my love life. I only bring the guy home if I make sure he is the one. That's all. So they only see one guy in their life.
And I've met her parents, so that must be a good sign.
Yeah, I just think that I don't want my parents or my friends tell me about who is this guy. So they will change my thinking and my mind about this guy.
Right.
I want to see the guy, the partner that I want to be, with my own eye, not by the other people's eye. So. And
that's important early in a relationship.
Yeah,
right?
that's very important.
If you're seeing someone and as soon as you meet them, everyone's telling you they're not a good match for you.
Yeah, because I have a fearless relationship before, because I listening to my friends. So. Yeah. I decide not to listen anymore.
That's good. Another thing I think it's interesting for, if you will, one of the benefits if I were younger and dating an older person would be, a person older than me at least, would be that people change a lot in their life, and you don't really know how they're going to turn out in 20 or 30 years. But someone who's in their 40s, 50s, 60s, they pretty much have turned out how they're going to turn out. Not a huge amount of change after that. So if you really like someone, how they turned out, it's going to be pretty stable, for the duration. Whereas if you marry or you're with someone very young, you're both going to be different people in 20 or 30 years. The changes that happen when you're young can be quite pronounced. So I think that's one of the stability aspect of it. I think is interesting for relationships. So yeah, I think the other thing though is, you know, people always say, oh, she's just with him for the money, or he's just with her for the money, this kind of thing. And I think you have to have kind of a sense of what someone's intentions are and why they're there, and you can tell that a little bit by their behavior.
Yes.
And whether they're pushing for things that you're not interested in, or you think are, you know, that aren't fitting your personality type, or that don't make sense. Someone who's, you know, and Qiang not like that at all. She's totally, she enjoys the life we have, and she's not pushing me in any direction. And so I really have a sense that her intentions are good, even though she's
and
young.
Financial independence.
Yeah, and she's, even though she's young and beautiful, I don't have any fear that she's with me for my money. Besides the fact that I'm not, you know, I'm not a rich guy. Okay, so
you are not a rich guy.
Retire cheap in paradise. Okay, it's not retire extravagantly on my yacht. So I think that's important, but you have to sense someone's intentions.
You will take a time to send the intentions.
It takes time, and I think it goes along with respect.
Yes. If
you respect somebody for who they are, that means it kind of goes both ways. It's not usually one-sided. You sort of have to have parallel thinking, similar thinking, in order for that respect ultimately to arise. And I think those kind of come together. And
maybe like you don't expect people who are taking care of you,
right?
Have to do everything for you,
right? And
maybe you want to find a young and beautiful girl, and then you want them to do everything for you, clean, cook, you know, all this, and then you like ask them to treat you like a king. That is not really gonna work. Yeah, because they need love. I mean, the love have to be mutual. You know, mutual
love, right? Yeah. I think what you have to, if you will, accept people for what they are. You can't meet someone and then try to change them into what you need them to be. I think that's the key message there. You know, if you're expecting that you're going to mold someone into this person you want them to be, whatever, physically or emotionally or whatever, it's, you know, that's not a good place to be. You want to discover who someone is and figure out if there's someone you love and respect, and then you're there. You don't. There's no work involved, but if your idea is to come up with a list once a week about how they need to improve, yeah, well, you need to do this and that in order to, you know, to qualify for my love. I think you're barking up the wrong tree in life. So
the one thing is, like, you are vegetarians and I'm not vegetarians, but you will not question me about that. You know, telling me eating chicken is not good, eating beef is not good, eating street food is not good. That is a respect.
Yeah, it's respect. Yeah. So getting back to, you know, what's age, I think to the extent that age difference aggravates any of those situations, and you'll notice it. But if it's not aggravating those normal problems that people have in relationships, whether it's money or intentions or respect or mutual love, if the age difference isn't aggravating the relationship, then it doesn't really play a role. As long as you're attracted to the person, you have to be honestly and mutually attracted to each other and care about each other. But other than that, I don't know. Like, you know, obviously, you know, someone has to be of age. We're not talking about age people below the age of 18, but you know, once they get it, whatever, 25 or 30. And if you're 50, 60, 70, I don't know that it matters whether you're 65 or 75 or even 80 or whatever. It's more about, is it a quality relationship, and are you enjoying each other's company in an authentic way? I think. So what do you think the max is? Max age difference?
No, I have no idea, but I would like to know about the story, the continuous story of that Portugal, that's the girl, the lady that we met, how she ended with this guy. Yeah,
and we'd like to know your story. There's, on this channel, we get comments all the time from people that are dating someone younger than themselves or older than themselves. And we'd love to hear some of those stories. Maybe we'll bring a couple of you on here and interview you and tell your story. That would be fun.
That would be fun, like how you guys met. That would be have a lot of interesting things inside.
That would be nice, yeah. So thanks so much for watching our video.
Thank you so much.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
We will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
And make sure to watch those videos below of how I met Qiang, and I also interviewed Qiang. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Click the link in the notes below this video for Google Map links, reports, and other information. There you will also see our Retire Cheap in Paradise catalog, how we pay for our travels, and my free ebook, How I Fired My Boss and Traveled the World for 14+ years.